In exploring consciousness, we encounter a unique and dynamic system of information processing that extends far beyond individual experience. While we've examined how physical and biological dimensions create patterns and order, a deeper question emerges. How does the universe itself gather and process information? From black holes to stellar evolution, from planetary formation to conscious experience, we see patterns of data collection and processing at every scale. Each conscious experience adds to our personal data set, but perhaps these individual patterns connect to larger cosmic feedback loops we've yet to realize. This consciousness dimension might represent more than just our ability to process information. It could be part of a fundamental framework through which the universe itself learns and evolves. As we venture deeper, we'll explore how consciousness might serve as both collector and processor of universal experience, raising interesting questions about the nature of existence itself. Unique journey. Let's simplify our approach here. For you, the reader of this book, or the viewer of this video, let's delve into what has shaped you. Consider the journey you've taken through life, from your relationships with your parents, or to the experiences of losing loved ones and building friendships. These defining moments have contributed to your consciousness, shaping how you evolved into the person you are today. Each experience becomes part of your unique data set. The joy of first love, the pain of heartbreak, the wonder of discovery, the grief of loss. These aren't just memories. They're patterns of information that shape your consciousness, influencing how you process and respond to new experiences. Think about how different your consciousness is from someone born in another time or place, or even from your own siblings who shared similar environments. Your conscious experience is uniquely yours, built from countless moments of interaction with reality, each adding to the complex pattern that makes you who you are. Your conscious experience is also profoundly shaped by the environment you inhabit. Consider how differently you might perceive reality if you grew up among towering mountains versus vast deserts. Those raised in mountainous regions might develop an inherent understanding of elevation, weather patterns, and natural barriers, their consciousness processing the world through these vertical relationships. Meanwhile, those from desert environments might develop a deeper awareness of subtle changes in landscape, temperature variations, and the precious nature of water resources. These environmental factors don't just influence what we know. They shape how we think and process reality itself. Someone raised by the ocean might develop an intuitive understanding of tides and cycles, while someone from an urban environment might develop heightened pattern recognition for human social dynamics and artificial structures. Even the sky above shapes consciousness differently. Desert dwellers might have a more intimate relationship with celestial patterns due to clear night skies, while those in cloudy regions might develop more nuanced awareness of subtle atmospheric changes. Our conscious experience is also deeply influenced by the physical features our biology developed through evolution. Skin color, facial features, body structure. These aren't just physical attributes, but factors that profoundly shape how we experience and interact with reality. Each physical trait represents adaptations to specific environments over years of evolution. Yet, these same traits now influence our social experiences and self-perception in complex ways. Consider how different conscious experiences might be based on these physical characteristics. Historical lack of understanding about evolutionary adaptation led to misconceptions and prejudices that still echo through collective consciousness today. Someone's skin tone, simply a biological adaptation to sunlight levels, became loaded with social meaning that shapes conscious experience in profound ways. These physical differences, born from evolutionary adaptation to different environments, created vastly different lived experiences and perspectives. Our journey to understand these differences reflects consciousness evolving at both individual and societal levels, from primitive pattern recognition based on surface differences to deeper understanding of our shared evolutionary history. Our consciousness naturally gravitates toward what resonates with us, seeking patterns of acceptance, understanding, and connection. We're drawn to certain mannerisms, ways of being, and forms of expression that feel authentic to our individual experience. This isn't random, but rather consciousness seeking its natural rhythm within our three-dimensional existence. Think about how you're naturally drawn to certain people, places, or experiences that feel right, where your consciousness finds harmony with its surroundings. This might be in the company of those who share your sense of humor, in spaces that match your energy, or in activities that align with your inner peace. It's consciousness recognizing patterns that complement its unique dataset of experiences. This search for resonance reflects a deeper aspect of consciousness, the desire to find our place within existence itself. Beyond basic survival, beyond social acceptance, there's this fundamental drive to find peace with our own being, to create a space where our consciousness can simply exist and experience life in its own authentic way. Philosophical reflection. If we view consciousness as a fundamental framework requiring order to navigate, perhaps it represents a crucial dataset the universe needed for its own evolution. The physical matter within our three-dimensional space consists of the same basic particles that gained experience through cosmic cycles of death and rebirth. As stars died and reformed, the universe was learning to create increasingly complex patterns of order. When life emerged at the cellular level, something incredible occurred. The first conscious experience began collecting data. Though primitive, lacking eyes or complex biological structures, these early cells gathered information through their lived experience. This marked the beginning of a dual data collection system. First, the physical data collection. The particles themselves that formed these cells, carrying forward the universe's accumulated patterns of order. Second, and perhaps more profound, a new type of dataset emerged. Conscious experience itself. An observable entity began actively navigating space, recognizing patterns, and building its own library of experiences. This dual collection of datasets, one physical, one conscious, might represent the universe developing two distinct but interconnected ways of processing and storing information. The physical particles carry forward patterns of order, while consciousness creates meaning from experiencing these patterns. In the next section, we'll explore the unique relationship between consciousness and the biological vessel it inhabits. Having laid the groundwork for understanding consciousness itself, we can now examine how it interfaces with genetic processes and biological systems. This interplay between consciousness and biology reveals deeper patterns about how individual experience emerges from the interaction between awareness and physical form. As we venture further into the consciousness dimension, we'll also investigate how consciousness interacts with and influences other consciousnesses. We'll examine modern phenomena like social media and its impact on consciousness, and explore the systems we've created that enable certain consciousnesses to exert power and influence over others. This network of conscious interaction adds another layer to understanding how our individual awareness shapes and is shaped by the collective experience. We'll also delve into consciousness's potential relationship with the soul, exploring how individual conscious experience might connect to something that transcends our physical existence, raising serious questions about the nature and purpose of awareness itself. If you found value in these ideas, hit that like button. Love hearing your perspectives in the comments, and consider subscribing to join more discussions like this one. Your insights help make these conversations even richer.